Good afternoon, everyone. This is the continuation report of the lesson 7. So, I am the next reporter of Miss Castellero. So, I'll be presenting the related studies on economic globalization. Globalization trade growth 3.5% per year versus global GDP growth 2.6% world according to World Bank 2021. Trade is growing faster than economy. So according to World Bank, between 1990 and 2019, global trade rose by an average of 3.5% year, while global GDP, or the gross domestic product, grew by an average of 2.6% annually. World Bank 2021. This suggests that during the past few decades, trade has been expanding more quickly than the world economy. Next is trade openness and economic growth. Countries with open trade have higher income per capita and faster economic growth, according to IMF 2019. Okay, so according to research by an International Monetary Fund, or the IMF, nations with more open trade had greater income per capita levels and faster rates of economic growth, according to IMF 2019. So this shows that nations with greater trade openness typically gain economically more than nations with larger trade barriers. So, for example, Singapore, they are an open country. So, yun. Next is the developing countries exports. Global merchandise exports from developing nations rose from 32% to 47% 2000 to 2018, according to UNCTAD 2019. Global merchandise exports from developing nations climbed from 32% to 47% between 2000 and 2018. According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, or the UNCTAD 2019, demonstrating the growing significance of globalization for these economies, or the UNCTAD 2019. So the rise in exports from developing countries shows that they are becoming more active in global markets. So this helps them shift from agriculture-based economies to industrial and manufacturing economies, leading to more jobs and higher income. So for example, the Vietnam has increased its exports to electronics and clothing. So many global companies manufacture products there, creating jobs and improving the country's economy. So next is poverty reduction. Globalization helped reduce poverty, especially in emerging nations. So according to OECD 2021. Additionally, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or the OECD, poverty throughout the world, especially in emerging nations. So this implies that while there may be some bad effects of globalization, there have also been some private effects, especially in terms of reducing poverty. So globalization helps reduce poverty by creating employment and increasing income opportunities. So, as countries participate more in global trade, business expands and provide more jobs. So, governments can also invest more public services due to increased revenue. So, for example, in India, the growth of outsourcing and IT industry has provided millions of jobs, helping many families improve their standard of living. So, next is the income inequality. Despite benefits, inequality has increased in many countries, mostly developed ones. So, World Bank 2021. Despite the benefits of globalization, not everyone has shared in them, and some people or groups have been left out. According to the World Bank, income inequality has increased recently in many countries, mostly developed ones, according to World Bank 2021. Although globalization promotes economic growth, not everyone benefits equally. Skilled workers and large companies often gain more, while low skilled workers may struggle. So, this creates a gap between the rich and the poor. Example, in some developed countries, factory jobs have moved overseas, leaving local workers unemployed, while multinational countries or multinational companies continue to earn higher profits. So that would be all my part. Thank you for listening.